Okay. You have to excuse my hands. My dermatologist says if I scratch them anymore, she's going to kill me, so I have to tape them up. I can even scratch them through gloves, so they're almost better. They don't look bad. But hey, you know, when I was messing around in Guitar Center, I came up with an idea because that guy was playing old Elvis. We should do medleys, you know, like we do for Santana. Like I'm thinking, why don't we do one for Gypsy Kings where you kind of switch between the songs, you know? Maybe do like one, like let's say one gig, we don't play any Gypsy King songs, and then when all the people are there, usually it's the middle set, you end up with a medley, and then people will talk about it. They'll say, aren't they the band that does that, where they do that, blah, 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 blah. And you make it last quite a while, and then, you know, you kind of end on a high. So, like for Gypsy King, we could do, what do we do? Mi Manera, Volare, and let's do Bamba Leo. I've actually got it down now pretty well. Like when we practice, I used to do this with Dino all the time. When he first learned a song, I would actually sing it with him. And he'd sing it, and then finally he'd say, okay, okay, okay. And then if he wasn't getting it, I'd keep singing, and then finally he'd just put his hand up and he'd sing. And it's a very, very quick way to learn songs. Like I'll be on a mic, and I don't know the words to this song. It's in Spanish, but it doesn't matter because I know, you know, the chords seem to work. So, you know, they play it in this key, of course. So I'll just play it, and I'll just be singing it like, because I don't know it. So it goes. enough for a restaurant. Oh yeah, like that guy was playing Elvis. I thought, you know, I know so many Elvis songs. We could do an Elvis medley, like "That's all right, Mama, that's all right," or maybe. Do a Beatles medley, you know, like. Revolution. Or I'm thinking Bacharach medley, play all those, but like do it only once during a gig, you know. But what actually it'll get quite tricky because the thing that will make it different is to switch like we do with Santana, you know, when you're switching. Let's go. Now, I don't think we could do this type of thing with Dino because he likes to have everything. But you can just key off what I do. You can just basically, in these songs, just follow me. Because I don't really do strict patterns, you know. I kind of try to, but it never works out. You could even do like Beach Boy, you know, anything with a medley and that, you know. I just thought about that when I was at Guitar Center. That was a Katy Guitar Center. They had a Chet Atkins model and a 814 C.E. Taylor. I really like my classicals better. They just, if I can get that good pickup on them, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it'll sound better than this guitar, which sounds perfectly good. I remember we got to play this. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Remember that bass you played and then you did a bass solo? I thought that sounded very good. You could even do a reggae medley. I think with the reggae, you're probably going to have somebody on bass to drive it. I don't know. It might, you know, it seems to work okay with a... And you see, the good thing about that pedal is you can switch between bass and lead. You know, you can play the bass. I'm really skeptical about looping. I can't do it. I think it's a recipe for disaster. And it just sounds so fake and phony. But if you think about it, you can play bass and drive, then you can switch to a lead. You can go back to bass, or I can do the bass for that, whatever it is that. Colorado song. All right, I guess I better go back to sleep. It's 1 o'clock. So let's. Maybe play the Santana medley, the first gig, and then, what's it called? The Gypsy Kings medley, the second gig, and then an Elvis medley, a Beatles medley. I'm trying to think of other bands, you know. You even do, you know, I'm sure you can come up with some too. All right. Glenn Campbell medley. We play a lot of Glenn Campbell.